I'm a married mom with 2 kids in diapers, and I've lost my sex drive. What do I do? So let me just say this. If you are in that situation right now, understand this is normal, okay? This is normal right now. It's a normal thing. The woman is exhausted. Her body is recovering. Her hormones are all over the place. Things are tough. It's hard to have any kind of balance. And I just want to encourage you, for those that wrote in that question, I want to encourage you. This season will pass. It's going to pass. It's not going to always be there. I'm telling you, it's going to pass. However, let me just say this. While you are in this season, don't neglect your marriage, physically and emotionally. In fact, oftentimes the physical part is the first part to go. And the Bible actually talks about the physical love making of married couples. And it says this. It says in 1 Corinthians, it says, do not deprive each other, speaking of a husband and a wife, except by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. And we got to be really careful that we don't end up with what I call child-centered parenting. You know what child-centered parenting is? It's where your kids are your everything. Are your everything. How many of you guys remember the first thought that I gave you in week number 1? I said this, that to be really fulfilled in life, you have to find the one. Who's the one? Jesus. Jesus is the one. Our spouse is number 2. And you got to keep, the order is important. The problem is that when you have kids, a lot of times your spouse becomes number 17, right? Becomes 17. And so at the end of the day, you have nothing left to give them but leftovers. And oftentimes, there's nothing left over. And so we've got some amazing, amazing moms here at Life Fellowship. Amazing. And many have said, I got to care for the kids. I just got to care for the kids. I've just got to care for the kids. And it's true, you need to care for the kids. But you also need to care for your marriage. You need to pour into your marriage. You need to pour health and life and strength into that marriage. In fact, I would say it like this, that right there is probably the most important thing, one of the most important things you can do for your kids, and that is to have a healthy marriage. Healthy marriage. But there's so many that we get things flipped around, and we have child-centered parenting. And to the point that there's some of you, you actually have your kids sleeping in your bed every night. Every night. Your kids are in your bed. Hey, everybody, get your kids out of your bed. That's not their bed, that's your bed. Come on, take your bed back. Get your kids out of your bed. Some of you, it's been the longest time since you've been on a date. You're like, well, I just don't know if I can trust little Johnny, with any kind of babysitter. Grow up. Grow up. Find somebody that you trust, put little Johnny in their care, and go date your spouse. Focus on making sure that your marriage is healthy. In fact, guys, let me give you some great advice today. Some great advice. This may be the best advice that you've heard all day long. So the most romantic thing that you can do if your wife is in this situation is change some diapers. And all the ladies say a big amen. Change some diapers. I remember one time I was changing some poopy diapers, and all of a sudden I look behind me and there's Tatum. She's checking me out. She made the statement. She said, I just want you to know, Chris, I like the way you look right now. How many of y'all know it was a good night in the Lindbergh home that night? Change some poopy diapers. In fact, guys, let me give you another piece of advice, and that's this. Tell your wife, honey, if you want, I'll take care of the kids. If you want to go spend some extra time in prayer, if you would like to go to the gym, if you want to go hang out with your girlfriends, if you want to go take a nice long bubble bath, you do whatever you want to do. I'm going to take care of the kids. And if you do that, she's going to unwind and relax start to feel better about herself. And I'm gonna promise you it'll be a good night for you that night. Hey everybody, invest in your marriage. The most important thing you can do for your kids is love Jesus and love your spouse. Love Jesus and love your spouse. It's really important. Are you guys learning something today? Are you catching something? All right.